Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to be doing the viewer responses for my rant of the week last week, which was the Toy Fair. So let's get right into it. Ultron563 says, the Onslaught head to come with Rogue is just a bonus piece to replace the red Onslaught head. The build a figure for X-Men Wave is going to be something else entirely. That'd be pretty cool, but that means I have to buy the Red Skull Onslaught, and I don't want to buy that thing. There's not really anything in the line that makes me go, ooh, I want that. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold going. But there's nothing in that line that makes me go, ooh, I want to buy that set for the red, but not just for the Red Onslaught, because I really want an Onslaught on my shelf. But I mean, Taskmaster, sure. Maybe the Captain America, but I already got like 6. Anyway, as also the new Hobgoblin comes with an alternative head that has him look more like Roger Kingsley Hobgoblin. He posted a link. Which I instantly responded to him because I saw that him post this, and I said, normally I wait a week to do the on-screen responses, but you, sir, just made my day, because yes, that is absolutely exciting. And I followed the link, and yes, it does look more like the Roger Kingsley Hobgoblin, and that makes me excited. I'll probably end up picking up 2 copies of the Hobgoblin so I can have a Jason McAdale and a Roderick Kingsley. I do wish that the cape was more solid, because it looks like you get to have cape no matter what. But that's something I can live with. I can live with that. So that's really exciting. And like I said before, I hope with that body they'll be able to put out the rest of the goblins. God, we need a new demo goblin too. And a classics green goblin. Anyway. Sanity Turnage says, hey John, don't give up on Star Wars. There are only 4 of the mainly figures of Star Wars that are not from the movies 3. From Star Wars Rebels and Darth Raven from Knights of the Old Republic game. The rest are from the 7 movies. Darth Vader is being re-released in March for $22.99. I don't know where you saw 50 for him, but Big Bad Toy Store has a lot of older figures there. Go to Big Bad Toy Stores, click the Star Wars, now middle row. Okay, you just tell me how to get there. Yeah, I know how to look up the Big Bad Toy Stores for the Star Wars figures. But like local comic book shops, the only places that have the older figures, are selling them for like $50. And if you go online like eBay or something like that, then it's only $50. You have to spend $50 to get a Darth Vader. And I'm really not. I mean, I kind of got into it there for a minute, but I'm just. It's just Star Wars. I'm sorry, but for me, Star Wars doesn't compare to Transformers. So, I'll probably pick up a figure here and there as they come out. I'm not hunting for them. That lost its appeal after the first week. Pretty much the same goes with the Marvel Legends. The Rhino wave, that was something I was like, oh man, I gotta find this wave because I really, really like the Rhino and almost everybody in the wave. So it's like that was important for me. But none of these other ones, like Absorbing Man, who cares? Red Skull Onslaught, who cares? And the same goes with the Star Wars figures. It's just kind of like they're there. I'll pick them up if I find them, but it's not on my must-have list. But I'd rather save my money and buy something, something like this. This is infinitely better than any Star Wars figure could ever be. Same goes with like the SH Figure Arts Star Wars figures, it's like those are $100 a piece. I was tempted there when the hype was really high for me, which was right when the movie came out, and then that quickly turned into, I don't need it, because it's like $100 for a fucking figure when I could use that money to buy more of like Predaking, because I'm still trying to rebuild him. Anyway, but yeah, it just kind of fizzled. I hope I can find a General Hux. That's really it. And like if the Darth Vader does get reissued, I'll pick him up. But I'm not hunted for him. Jeff Parent says, I think I have the whole Batman Beyond line still in packs, all except Blight. Never saw him in stores. Yeah, that Blight was terrible anyway. You're not missing anything on that. Onslaught. No, just a head swap. I don't know about a Red Skull Onslaught until Skullface told me. It was the Axis storyline, and to avoid it, Power Strike that Headmaster's Optimus. Third party is going to be on this with a high Q. I was disappointed with Cyclonus and the two Scourges. No clear plastic. No clear parts would have been my first platinum purchase. I think what he's trying to say is, had they made it just a regular set and not all that clear plastic crap, he would be picking that up. Master Series pop on to unlock gimmicks. Okay. Sounds kind of like a return of Armada. But I see your point, though. Not sure if you heard this in an interview session. A guy asked if I lost a figure's headmaster, could I buy a new replacement or have Hasbro replace the head? Answer was no. But you could go buy one of the other separate headmasters and use that. I didn't like that response. Seeing Funny John responds to him saying, I saw Blight in stores. He was Eckerd's. He was at Eckerd's. I tried to save up for him so he would be my big bad for my Hero League. I think, are we still talking about the original series Batman Beyond? Because that Blight sucked ass. I mean, he was just like all clear plastic, and you can see skeleton underneath. That's it. If that's what we're talking about, and I hated that thing. That's why I never picked up him or any of the original Batman series figures, because they all sucked in comparison to what was coming out from Marvel. The DC had 5 points of articulation. They could swivel at the legs, they could swivel at the shoulders, and they could swivel at the head. Whereas at the same time, Spider-Man figures were having the head swivel, like the universal joint for the shoulders, elbow joint. Some of them had wrist swivels. They had waist swivels, universal hips, knee hinge, and usually ankle rocker or ankle tilt. So it's like this was before Marvel Legends, and it's like they were more detailed, they were more interesting, and they weren't just straight repaints of Batman 100 times. So it's like, yeah, I never picked up hardly any of them. There was like one Batman Beyond where he had hip swivels and universal joints for shoulders. I picked him up, but he still wasn't up to par with anything else I had at the time. And it was really weird too, because when I first, the old Batman figures had swivels for the shoulders and the hips, and they also had knee joints, and some of them even had elbow joints. But then it's like, as it got older, they stopped giving them more joints. It was stupid, and I hated it. And I'm glad I gave those guys up, because it's like, Marvel was where it was at, and then the Marvel Legends came out, and it was just like, yeah, DC, you're done for me. I was never a big DC fan myself. It was always Marvel. Anyway. Alright, Reox 500/Big Ray says, I feel your pain on shelf space. I have 10 different shelves that are full, meaning I can't buy job lots for figures on eBay, lol. I can only buy box stuff for my box display. Yeah, it gets limited after a while. It's like, okay, what do I not want to display? And what can I put here as opposed to putting there? You know, it's like I'm going to have to redo this whole shelving system again. Because I need certain things to be certain places. And they're not at the moment, so... Okay, David Aguro says, I so freaking agree with the whole Headmaster Power Masters crap. One guy tried to tell me they called him that because it looks like Power Master Prime. Did you like the original Nick Fury figure? I really wish that Marvel would do more non-Spider-Man and Captain America figures. Still wanting a Supernatural TV show toy line. Okay, the original Nick Fury figure, yeah, he was alright, I guess. I was never a big Nick Fury fan, so, him being white or black, it doesn't matter. I've never been a fan. He's just a side character, to put in a bigger story later on. And yeah, see, I'm not a fan of TV shows / movie toy lines because they're not that great. They've never been that great. Yeah, it's like I got the Predator figures, and those things are definitely the worst figures I have on my shelf right now. Yeah, they should branch out a little bit from Spider-Man and Captain America. At least lately, we haven't been getting too many Spider-Man figures with the Spider-Man lines. I mean, I know we're getting Spider-Man figures, but there are different options for them, like Spider Carnage and stuff. Anyway. BVZXA3 says, I like the hard head. Deluxe figures look promising. As for PM Optimus and Fortress Maximus, I'm waiting to see what Takara is going to do with them. Yes, Takara is going to do something awesome with them, I'm sure. The larger Titan class headmasters aren't working for me. I don't want a blaster Soundwave to turn into a base. Well, they could turn into the boombox too. It's like either or. Titans, Scourge, Galvatron, and whoever else they had as Titans are ugly to me. I do want the Cyclonus and Scourge repaints for troop builders. However, for my classic shelf, I might as well stick with the Fans Project Headmasters, as I think they look the best. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Fans Project's gonna top Hasbro any day of the week when it comes to a deluxe size Headmaster. Hasbro is really just the budget collection. You know, it's like if you have the choice between the Hasbro brainstorm and the Fans Project brainstorm, and they were the same price, and you chose Hasbro because of Hasbro. I'm sorry, but that's a stupid move. That Fans Project one, it just blows it out of the water in every respect. Aaron Bauer says, I agree. Toy Fair is not mainly for Transformers. I like it for Marvel Legends and some SH figure art stuff. I would like to see more Transformers presence there. I would love to see more third-party at conventions. Third-party has their day with like TF cons and stuff like that. And as for Hasbro, I mean, they have their Bot Con, which apparently is going to be done this year, but there's also, they have a much bigger presence at San Diego Comic Con. So, I mean, I don't think we'd really even miss them if they were not there at all. Let's see here. George Alex Pavin says, John, are you getting the Toy World Devastator? Yes, I am. I would love to hear your opinions of this guy. So far, I've got Scavenger from them, and he's amazing. He is amazing. Probably one of the best figures I have this year so far. But yeah. The X 2021 says, I guess it's just time to stop collecting. Just the same old stuff. No. Never stop collecting. Well, I'll never stop buying. I don't know if I'll collect any Hasbro stuff, but never stop collecting. Yeah, I've got so many holes in my collection from everything that happened last year. I'm really gonna continue to rebuild it, but so far, I mean, I've got a long way just to go. So anyway, Ugly Wretch says, kind of irritated that we're getting another brainstorm so soon, but I think this will be a line just to say, I want the Decepticon animal ones, and that's it. I mean, can you imagine a Snapdragon and Ape Face? Although the Alpha Triad is an utter joke. Yes, he is, and we haven't seen a Snapdragon or an Ape Face yet, so hopefully we will. Alex Dalton then responds to him saying, I'm glad we're getting a new brainstorm. The last one was kind of fucked up, and it doesn't function with the new ones. No, I thought the last one was pretty solid, but I really liked it. I thought it was a great brainstorm. But I just don't know where I would put it at this point. Ultron T says, seems like Hasbro is a little trigger shy on releasing Victorian because they know it's crap, probably. The X-Men wave looks awesome, especially the Cable and Deadpool. I'm thinking a Build-A-Figure is going to be Apocalypse. That'd be awesome. Although they've already... they haven't done it. So yeah, I guess it works. The Headmaster looks fine, except for Brainstorm. The Voyager version looks cooler yet. I wonder if the Voyager Brainstorm will be compatible with the new Headmasters. Doubt it. That's not how Hasbro works these days. However, in terms of what I had hoped to see from Hasbro, would have been a Leader 6 shot. If they would give us a Leader 6 shot, there's no way it's going to be a six Transformer. It's just not going to be able to. No, they don't have that kind of engineering. Even if they made him into a Headmaster, I would really like a new 6 shot. Get the MMC one. It's worth it. Even if they see, I would really like a new. And just a thought, I was really surprised that there hasn't been a Build-A-Figure version of Venom, since the current Legends Venom seems too small in comparison with Spider-Man. Well, the original Venom wasn't that much bigger. I mean, he was a lot bigger than Spider-Man, but it wasn't big enough, I would say, to make a Build-A-Figure out of it. Although, then again, they did do Hobgoblin. But yeah, the Max Gargan Venom would be a good choice to make a Build-A-Figure off of. That would be pretty cool. Tom White says, good rant, quick question. What's your take on TF Expo? I'm thinking about taking family to Kansas in August for it and would like your opinions. And always, your work is appreciated. Thank you. I don't know anything about TF Expo. I didn't know anything about TFCon until last year when I was, a lot of people were saying, hey, you need to go. So I went, and I had a blast. But I've never been to TF Expo, so I don't know anything about that one. Real Skater. Take the fam out to a Royals game and maybe a cards game. Okay, that might not be a bad idea. You should take them to Colorado. Just drive around the mountain range. That's what you should do. Colorado's awesome. So much stuff to do up here. I know there's a bunch of conventions across the country, but I've never been to anything except for BotCon. John talked about TFCon. Well, maybe we'll go to that depending on where and when it is. October and Chicago. Right? Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to be there. TF Expo is within driving distance and at a good time of year for us. And I'm sure there's things to do in Kansas. I just don't know what yet. I don't know anything about Kansas, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Joseph Flanagan says, John, do you think the waist on the new Fort Max looks strange, maybe too small? Well, yeah, because it's a retool of Metroplex. I agree about the Power Masters Prime, but it's going to have a lot of problems. Probably. Ricky Kuvis says, hey Johnny boy, what do you think about the MS-01 Optimus Prime? I don't know what that is. I don't know. 7TGM23 says, I agree with you that Wheelie is a buy. So is Fort Max. I don't care that it's a retool of Metroplex, but because it's an awesome toy. It shows more of your custom. Do a review of yourself. Yeah, I could probably do that at some point. Two Passive says, I'm probably in the minority here, but I would like to see an update take on Rodimus Prime in the Titans Return line. I would too, but not as a headmaster. He doesn't need to be a headmaster. Make him a target master. It would also be nice to see some of the target masters in like Misfire make a return. Exactly. I want to see target masters and stuff, not just headmasters. Lionel Medina says, I was pretty excited for the Fort Max, but I was wondering where his sword was. Of course, it's Hasbro. They're going to skip a quarter. I didn't even see him with any weapons at all. Again, it's Hasbro. They're going to cut every corner they can. But Takara is definitely going to do a better job with that figure because they care. The vehicle mode of Blur looks cool, but the robot mode looks kind of skinny to me. I was surprised we didn't see any future releases of MPs like Skywarp or Ultramax. Yeah, usually they do at least one announcement at Toy Fair. I didn't think about that. But hopefully we get those releases soon. Despite that, it was refreshing to finally see new molds. But the thing that I don't like about most of them is that the headmaster gimmick is used for characters who aren't supposed to be headmasters. Exactly. Just like Combiners gimmicks in Combiner Wars for almost every figure. Yeah, except for the figures. And we didn't even get all the figures that needed to be Combiners. We only got the ones that was like, oh, we'll make this a Combiner. Where was Abominus? Where's Predicate? Where's Computron? I know we're hypothetically getting one coming, but we still don't have all the Combiners. Where's the Seacons? Where's Leo Kaiser? I think there's a rumor that there might be a Leo Kaiser, but overall I think this new line is okay, but I really hope we get more Titans. I wouldn't mind repaints of Titans since we don't have many, such as Metro Titan or Brave Max. Yeah, but let's get some cons. We need some cons first before we start getting all these more Autobot headmasters or Titan class figures. We need more cons. I mean, we're really getting one-sided here. Matthias Morkowitz says, with Toy Fair 2016, I only glanced at Star Wars because I knew what they would do, and now the Transformers because a focus group told them to concentrate on G1, and now everybody is now on a fucking headmaster. Is now a fucking headmaster. It's like a closeted lesbian rant by Oprah telling everyone you get a headmaster. You get a headmaster. And you. Come the fuck on, Hasbro. Use some moderation. Exactly. Like I said, if they would have done a Power Master line and a Target Master line and the Headmaster line, all of this series had just a Masters line, I think that would have been a much better decision. I mean, I'm still holding out a little bit of hope because I used to be a huge Hasbro fanboy, so I'll give them a shot, but I'm not holding my breath. Please get a Twitter, or 90 Lancaster says, please get a Twitter account, John. I don't even know how to use Twitter. I don't know what Twitter is, to be completely honest. I've never had a Twitter account. I don't know. Maybe once my work settles down, I'll get a Twitter account, or I'll look into it at least. But for now, I don't know. Seeing Funny John says the one with the wings is the Goblin Knight, ordained by Norman himself. Now he was Hobgoblin first, then he was the Goblin Knight. Yeah, but either way, he was originally the fourth Green Goblin. Steve Funny John said, hey, at least give Megatronus a chance. R&D is creative. No, it's not. But the Bumblebee trying to figure out a catchphrase is cringeworthy. Did it in every episode. Yeah, see, no. Seeing Funny John says, yeah, I got the Return of the Joker version. It was good enough, but had him in a pose. Sadly, all toys promote different suits. I have to say it's total crap when they bring vehicles into this. And then he also says, glad you don't have a girl over there. They're distracting crap. No offense to those who let their wives' girlfriends be in their videos, but for the love of God, let them add to the video, not make it a longer video. Sorry, just have to say my piece. The custom painted Transformer looks like until Titus comes up. Ty's sleepy. So there you go. There's my responses. Sorry about the cold. I'm gonna go blow my nose for like 20 minutes. So, yeah. And tomorrow I've got a different kind of rant for tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting.